Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. With 2020 officially over now, I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I've completely emptied, as well as some of my favourites throughout the year. So looking over the products that I've finished in 2020, it's pretty obvious that there's a bit of a 2020 theme going on, in that I've pretty much only emptied skincare and dry shampoo. I think there's only about 2 makeup products that I actually ended up finishing, and yeah. So with that, let's get on with it. So starting off with hair care, I've got the Loreal Paris Elvive Dream Lengths Detangling and Restoring Shampoo and Conditioner. It look like that. And I honestly haven't finished many shampoos and conditioners other than these ones, because I tend to just try heaps and end up with a lot of like half empty bottles, but these ones I have gone through multiples of just because they were my favourite of the year and make my hair shiny and a little less frizzy, which is all I can pretty much ask for. So yeah, pretty happy with those ones. And this year I did try quite a few different dry shampoos just to see which ones I ended up liking. I've tried quite a few from Hask, so I've got the Charcoal with Citrus and the Manoi Coconut. I did enjoy the smell of the coconut one, but found it left kind of a lot of white residue on my hair, just because I have dark hair and it shows easier. And the Charcoal with Citrus, I did enjoy that one, but I wasn't a fan of the smell. The citrus was just a little bit too strong with that one. And then for 2 Hask ones that I really enjoyed are the Unwined by Hask Red Wine and Rosé Wine. And both of these ones did a really good job at soaking up all the oil without leaving any sort of like dry powdery look on the hair. And I also have a couple of empty like sample sized ones that I used up this year. So I've got the Batiste Dry Shampoo and De-Frizz, and I think I do like the nozzle of this one a lot better than the normal Batiste ones, but I didn't really notice much of a de-frizz kind of action with it. It did do a good job at, you know, dry shampooing my hair, but other than that, just meh. And the other sample that I used up is the Klorane, or Klorane, however you say it, dry shampoo with oat milk, and this one was specifically for dark hair. And I actually ended up liking this one a lot, so I also bought the full size and have also emptied that one. And as well as that one, I also tried the Klorane dry shampoo with nettle for oily hair, and I really like that one. I actually really like the smell of this one as well, and it doesn't leave too much of a white powdery look on my hair either. And for my body care empties, I also have a few of those, and pretty much all from the Body Shop. I pretty much exclusively use Body Shop products just because they seem to work really well with my skin. So I've just used up a couple of the strawberry shower gels, and as well as a coconut one as well. And I've also pretty much completely emptied the coconut, what's it called? Nourishing Body Butter. So that's pretty much all gone there, just a little bit left. And I've also got a few hand cream empties, you know, with 2020 and mass amounts of hand sanitizer. So I've used up the Ecoya Guava and Lychee sorbet. This one I really enjoyed the smell of this one, but it wasn't overly moisturising, so I did have to use extra ones on top of it. And another hand cream that I used up pretty much just for the scent, because it's a peach one, is the Innisfree Jeju Life Perfumed hand cream, which this one is technically a limited edition one for Toy Story, but they do have just their normal packaged version of this as well. So this smells really nice, and again, like the other one, wasn't super moisturising, but it does the job. One that I did use just specifically because it is so moisturising is the Do It Tough Hands for Her Intensive Skin Repair, which looks like that. And it also has a nice kind of like almond blossomy smell, but this one was super moisturising, so that really helped with the dry hand sanitizer hands. So moving on to actual facial skincare, so I've got a few micellar waters from Garnier, the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Waters in the pink bottle, and I've used up a couple of these ones. I had a few of these travel size ones floating around in my collection for some reason, so I figured I'd get rid of those ones just because I wasn't travelling much. And as for other cleansers, I've emptied the Innisfree Jeju Volcanic Pore Cleansing Foam, and I'm pretty sure this one was definitely in my last year's empties as well, just because it's a really good everyday one to use. And a honourable mention to the All Day Vitamin Clean and Mild Facial Cleanser by Jumiso. This one's not quite finished, it's about like 2/3 of the way done, but this one is my current favourite daily one, just to keep away any acne and little spots that might pop up. And yeah, this one isn't so much for makeup cleansing, but for a second cleanse to cleanse my actual skin. And as for toners, I've again used up a Pixi Glow Tonic. That one is pretty much guaranteed to be in every empties video that I do, just because it's a go-to that when my skin is reacting or behaving badly, I just go back to that and it kind of fixes it. And another Pixi product is the Pixi Skin Treats Hydrating Milky Mist. This one I really enjoyed just as like a morning mist. I typically don't do a whole lot of skincare in the morning. Just yeeted it across the room, but anyway. Because typically I don't do a whole lot of skincare in the morning, except for like, you know, making sure my face is moisturised and sunscreened. But yeah, this one I found was a really quick and easy way to moisturise my face in the morning. And same deal with this one, which is, you know, pretty much finished, close enough, is the Barry Labs Barry Sol Expert Repair Boosting Mist. And I found this one wasn't quite as of a fine mist as the Pixi one, but it still got the job done and was a nice hydrating mist in the morning. And as for serums, I only have one complete empty, and it's the Innisfree Green Tea Seed Serum. And this one, again, was another one that was in my previous year's empties, just because it's one of my go-tos whenever my skin's acting up. I can go back to this one and know that it won't affect anything and will help my skin kind of like calm down. And as for eye creams, I haven't actually completely finished any this last year, but this one has got to be coming close. It's the Embachi Age Revitalizing Eye Defense, and I've used this consecutively like every single night, so it's got to be coming close. And I know eye creams aren't like completely necessary for a skincare routine, but I really enjoy using them. I just have to be careful not to use too heavy a product, because I can get like those little milia spots around my eyes. But this one I didn't have any issues like that. It's just such a nice light creamy texture and really helped moisturize my eye area so that I don't get like any of those kind of fine lines and crepey looking eyes with concealer. So yeah, definitely recommend this one if you haven't heard of it. It's a bit of an indie like Australia brand that is a little bit pricey, but definitely worth it. And another honourable mention for eye creams that I also haven't completely finished but really enjoyed this last year is the Secret Key Starting Treatment Eye Cream, and this one's in the Rose Edition, which I really enjoyed using this year. Again, like the Embachi one, it's a really light kind of creamy milky formula that just melts into the skin. And just quickly jumping in with some treatment and sheet masks that I've used up this year. I have the Cosrx Acne Pimple Master Patches, which I pretty much always use up these throughout the year. I've gone through a few of them this year, particularly because we've been wearing masks and I've started getting like spots and like just the cheek sections, which I don't usually get, but these have really helped with that. And I've actually got a few different ones like to use up this year in 2021, so I'll see how they compare to these ones, whether I like them just as much. And for sheet masks, I obviously didn't keep all of them that I used this year, but I just kept a few just to remind me to talk about them in my empties, because they were some of my favourites throughout the year. So first up, I have the SNP Bird's Nest Aqua Ampule Mask, and I'm pretty sure that's like technically bird spit, but it works. So yeah, it left my skin feeling really nice and smooth and plump and everything you want with a sheet mask basically. And another favourite was the Secret Key Starting Treatment Essential Mask Sheet in the Rose Edition. I really enjoyed these ones as well. I got these in a like box pack with PR this year, and I'm really glad I got to try these ones out. And similar to the Secret Key one, I was also given a heap of the Barry Lab sheet masks to try out, and these two were my favourites from that selection, the green tea and the AHA BHA. The green tea was super moisturising, and obviously this one was as well because, you know, sheet mask, but it did actually also help kind of like refine my skin texture and everything with the chemical exfoliators in it. And these two also fit really nicely and snugly on my face as well. And the last sheet mask I want to talk about is not actually Korean, shocker I know. I do tend to steer more towards the Korean side of like as far as sheet masks go, just because they tend to have nicer ingredients in general, and I have reacted to some Western ones in the past, but that's definitely not the case with this one. It's the Me in a Minute Formula 1 sheet mask, and this, as well as being incredibly hydrating and just all the good things, it's made of like coconut biocellulose, and it just completely sticks to your face, and it was just the best fit I think I've ever had in a sheet mask, which is like saying something given how many sheet masks I've tried. And but yeah, it's again kind of like an indie Australian brand, so I'm not sure if they ship internationally, but they do have a website, so I'll link that down below if you guys want to try them out. Definitely recommend these ones. And almost at the end of the skincare, I have a few creams that I finished this year. So the first one is the Nature Republic Aqua Super Aqua Max Combination Watery Cream. And this one I have talked about a few times, like on Instagram, also maybe on here. But yeah, I finally completely used up this one this year. Scraped every little tiny little bit that was left in it out of the jar. I just really enjoyed this one. It worked really well with my combo skin, and it smells really nice as well. And note though, it is definitely not travel friendly. Obviously it's in a jar, and I also broke the plastic lid on the inside of it, but it is also completely glass on the outside, so very heavy, not travel friendly for the baggage allowance. But yeah, still a really nice product. And another thing that I finished is just like one of the kind of deluxe samples of the Innisfree Green Tea Seed Cream. I pretty much always have some of these in my collection, so I wanted to go through this one just as I was like, you know, going through some of the products that had been sitting there for a while. The green tea seed line is always a favourite of mine, so I knew that this would work with my skin no matter what other products I might have been using at the time. So yeah, finished that one up. And the last moisturiser product that I have is the Fruitia Blueberry Hydrating Intensive Cream. And again, this is a little sample pot, but I'm actually tempted to get a full size of this one now because it's completely finished. Like, got every little last bit out, and I can still smell how good the actual cream smelt before it was all gone. It just smells beautifully like blueberry, and it's a really rich cream, which I usually don't use a whole lot of just because my combo skin, but in the winter it was a godsend, so I'm really tempted to get the larger size of that one. And I also have a few lip products that I've used up. I've got a couple of the Leno Lips 101 ointment in the coconut flavour, and I've got the sample sized one and a normal sized one. So I've completely finished those ones off, and I'm currently working on the peach version of these. I'm about halfway through that one as well. I just pretty much always use these ones like in the morning particularly. They're really nice, like just when I first wake up, slather on a layer and let it sink in before I put my makeup on, and yeah, lasts all day and I don't have to like re-moisturise my lips. And another favourite, I've actually gotten the full size of this one since this finished, is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the berry version. This one was quite like a small size, but it lasted a long time, so I think the large size that I'm currently working on will also last a long time. I really like using this. Obviously it's a lip sleeping mask, so I put this on at night at the end of my skincare routine and let it sink in overnight, and then follow straight with the Lanolips one in the morning, and I'm good to go. And lastly, for the skincare portion of this video is sunscreens. Now, I haven't actually finished a whole lot completely. I have a whole lot of like half finished ones similar to my shampoo and conditioner, just because I like to like try different ones and see which ones work the best for me. But I have finished a couple of the Biore UV Aqua Rich watery essence because I found this one suits my skin really well. I will say though, if you don't particularly like citrusy scents like too strongly, you may not like it, but I quite enjoy this one because it just sinks into the skin like an essence, and while it's protecting your skin as well. So that one I've gone through a couple of. And some honourable sunscreen mentions that I haven't necessarily finished but I've been really enjoying this last year is the Klairs Soft Air UV Essence, which technically I don't think you can buy at the moment because of the whole Korean skincare drama. Even though they weren't directly linked to Pore, they decided to take all of their sunscreens off like everywhere, basically online and in stores, just so they could like test it out, but I'm not quite sure what's happened with that one yet. But I still have been using it because I have never been burnt using this one, and I've never noticed any like darkening or freckling or anything like that. So I think I'm pretty good to keep using this one until they say otherwise. And the other honourable sunscreen mention is actually another Japanese one. It's the Issei Han Kiss Me Mommy UV Mild Gel, and it is only SPF 33 PA triple plus, which isn't as strong as some of the other ones that I've used, but I just can't get over how good it feels on the skin, and particularly underneath makeup as well. It sits really nicely underneath makeup, and it just pumps out like, which is also really convenient, it pumps out like almost like water, and then it just sinks into your skin beautifully. So that one is a definite favourite and will most likely be in empties to come. And the next product, I guess not skincare or makeup, more so like brush care, is the Daiso detergent for puff and sponge. And I actually use this as a brush cleaner. It does a really good job at like deep cleaning your brushes, as well as like all of your beauty blenders and stuff like that. So I do go through quite a few every year, but I've only gone through a couple this year just because I haven't really used makeup much. But yeah, definitely recommend. Super cheap. Obviously it's from Daiso and works really well. And last but not least is the two singular makeup products that I've used up. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Ivory and the Innisfree No Sebum Mineral Powder, the loose version, not the compact version. So even though I haven't been using a whole lot of makeup this last year because of, 2020, but I still have panda eyes and I still want to brighten up the centre of my face, at least when I go to work and stuff like that. So I've completely finished one of these, and I've almost finished another one over there with the rest of my daily makeup. So I have gone through this one. I haven't gone through any of my other daily makeup other than this because I am a combo person and need to set said concealer. So I've gone through those two products this last year, and that's it. And with that, that's the end of this empties and favourites video of 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and tell me down below what you would like to see in 2021. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.